Hey everybody, Justin here with Northern Colorado Rideshare. It's been a little while since I've done a video, so today I wanted to get this video out because we're coming into tax season right now. So it's going to be really important for us to make sure we have all our ducks in a row, if you will. Make sure we have all that information ready for our taxes. I want to start off by saying I am not a tax professional. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm just a rideshare driver, and this video is mainly just about the importance of just keeping track of your stuff and making sure that you have everything you might need in order to file your taxes, whether you do them on your own or if you submit that stuff to a CPA and have them do the taxes for you. But what I found driving, it's really important for us to have a good tax software of some sort, something that we can keep track of our miles that we drive, keep track of our expenses that we're doing when we're driving. And then also any kind of rideshare income, or if you've set up an LLC, or if you're a sole proprietor or anything like that, just making sure that we have all the information that we need so that when we do submit our taxes, we can, we can make sure that we can maximize our deductions, fully and the right deductions. And two, just making it easier to do taxes, whether, you do them yourself or you submit them to, a tax professional. But there's a lot of things out there: Stride, Hurdler, QuickBooks Self-Employed by Intuit, that can help you do it. Some people just keep pen and paper and keep track of that stuff. I personally use QuickBooks Self-Employed. I like that app. There's a lot of features that are in there. I've set up an LLC on top of just being a rideshare driver, but there's tons of things in there that you can do. It keeps track of all your expenses. The nice thing is you can link that to a bank account or multiple bank accounts. So I've linked that to my business account, and that's what I spend all my money when I'm driving. I spend all that out of that account. It just helps to keep track of. There's less things to deal with, less accounts to deal with. So I've linked that account. So every time I make a purchase, it'll pop up in my QuickBooks as a transaction, and then I can take that transaction and I can label it as a business expense or a personal expense, and then I can dig down even deeper and put that into very specific places. So at the end of the year, it takes all that information, it just compiles all that data, and then it helps to transfer it over into TurboTax. I use TurboTax. I've used TurboTax for a long time. I've used CPAs in the past, and honestly, TurboTax, if you go through it step by step, it does a pretty good job. So it compiles all those transactions, whether they're expenditures or income coming in. I can label my income as just that, as business income, which is nice. You can track your miles. Mileage is a huge deduction for most of us. I mean, even if you take the standard mileage deduction, I think for most of us, that's a big winner. Some people have enough expenses that they can itemize, but keeping track of those miles is huge. It's pretty amazing, actually, how fast that deduction adds up with just the basic miles. So TurboTax, a couple different ways you can auto track. I don't like the auto track. I know there's other apps out there, and some people just have this auto tracking on. It just tracks the miles that they're driving. I personally don't like that. I'll drive sometimes for a while, and then I'll go do other personal things, and it's just easier. I can just write down my miles in a notepad. I can put that in there manually, and it keeps track of all that, keeps everything separate. But yeah, you can manually, or you can automatically track your miles in there. The nice thing with QuickBooks, yep, you're paying for it each month. I know some people don't like that, but it is a business expense. Keep that in mind. But at the end of the year, it allows you to, if you do use TurboTax, it allows you to submit your taxes, both state and federal, and you don't pay for it. Or normally, like through those, you have to pay to submit those, your taxes to the state and to the federal side. Which, if you have QuickBooks Self-Employed, you don't do that because you're paying for the stuff each month. There's accountants that are available through QuickBooks that you can use if you have questions. Like I said, there's lots of features, but basically the bottom line is keep track of all your stuff. Just keep your receipts. I stick them in an envelope. So for each month, I have an envelope at the end of the month. I stick all my receipts in, and then I have a big folder. So at the end of the year, I can go through all that stuff. I can make sure that all my receipts that I've taken advantage of all my deductions that I can. And then just in case I were ever to get audited, I literally have every single receipt, and it's by month. So if they tell me they need a receipt for whatever date, I can go right into that month and go through that envelope and find that really easy without, having this big stack of crazy receipts. So keep track of your stuff. Just keep every receipt, even if you're going to do the standard, mileage deduction. Keep track of everything, because if you have a lot of stuff, you can go in there and you can input all your stuff, and then it'll tell you what's going to be better. Like if it's going to be more worthwhile for you to do a standard deduction, or if you've reached the threshold to do itemized. So, keep track of it. Like I said, I do 12 months. I do an envelope for each month. I stick all my receipts in there and keep track of it. It's just easy to keep track of. It's easy at the end of the year to go in month by month, input all that stuff into my taxes to make sure that I'm keeping track of all that stuff. But receipts for everything: phones, charging cables, dash cams, all that stuff that you're using for, rideshare. Keep those receipts. If you bought a new computer, to keep track of, all this stuff that we're doing, that potentially could be a deduction. That's a question you can ask your tax person, but just keep all your receipts. It's better to keep all those receipts and input that stuff and see if it qualifies than to not, because then you'll totally miss out on it. But do your taxes, get a good tax software to track that throughout the year. I know it's an expense. Some people don't like it. They don't want to spend any more money than they absolutely have to. But I think for taxes, finding a good program is a good way to do it. I look at it like it's just paying for a CPA at the end of the year. Some people want to do that. That's fine. But definitely keep track of that stuff throughout the year. Don't wait till the end of the year and then be scrambling trying to find receipts and, oh yeah, I bought that one thing and I can't find the receipt. Well, now you're kind of hosed. So just keep track of all that stuff. Get a good tax software that helps you keep track of that stuff. That way your tax time at the end of the year is a breeze. As soon as you get all that info from Uber and Lyft or whoever, you can go in there, nail out your taxes, get that stuff submitted, and hopefully you get a big fat refund at the end of the year. QuickBooks Self-Employed is one I use. I'll put a link down in there in the description to that. There's other ones, Hurdler, Stride. I know there's some other ones out there, but check the description. I'll have my links down there for that. But anyway, Justin with Northern Colorado Rideshare, just talking about taxes and how important that is. Definitely give the thumbs up. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Lots of thumbs up. Like those videos. Also, leave a comment. Maybe you've tried a software or something that I didn't mention here. You've done something that works for you. Definitely leave those down in the comments. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get my subscribers back up. It's been a while. I've been slacking on videos. I'm trying to get back and get some more videos going. But again, Justin with Northern Colorado Rideshare. Get your taxes ready because it's coming. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.